All right, y'all. This is something that most parents have been asking me about. I don't know if y'all been checking out the news, but lately we've had a lot of kids disappear again. And I'm going to say again because it's been happening anyway. We've had girls being stolen out of, and I'm going to say stolen because if they take you without you knowing, it is against your will. That is called kidnapping and stealing. So we've had girls who have been getting stolen out of Target and Walmart. No offense to y'all, not trying to do no bullying or nothing. Be aware. We have people going into the gas station, coming out and touching something they ain't got no business, or smelling something and falling out. This is real at this moment, even in 2023. So we had a conference, and the conference, a guy asked us a very specific question. He said, how is parenting now in 2023 changed for parents? And then we all had to stop because now it's more dangerous than ever. But however, the year that saw the most heightened danger for kids and women, there's always women and children. But anyway, was 1983. Most people say, can you compare the danger? You never can compare danger. Danger is what danger is. However, there are some things that have been taken out of our school and out of our resources, and now our children are fighting blind. And I say this because you can tell your child something till they're blue in the face. But if you tell your child something around their friend and their pack that they have, it will change what you said to your child. Trust me, I know. I have children, nieces, nephews, and countless students. And I can tell you, when you put them in a group, somebody in that pack gonna pick something up. Which is why we tell children to now they need the buddy system again. One of the most dangerous situations that happened in 1983 is that kids were getting stolen out of the mall. Because, you know, the mall is where we all used to go. And I am not really guilty for it because if the mall was making me money, I didn't want to go. But that's just me. But a whole group of my friends, we did go to the mall. Now, sometimes there are kids that go to the mall because back then you can send your kid to the store and get milk. You send your kid to the store now without them having a phone, they can be stolen. So this is why everybody laughed at me when I did the video and I was talking about my then 6-year-old who's now 17. And I was talking about the reason why I always send them together. Even at 16 and 17, I send them together. Because you can take one, but you can't take two. Somebody gonna get on that phone. Now, what I have to say to most of you parents is this. In 2023, there have been girls lured off of Facebook, Snapchat, TikTok. I didn't even know you can talk to people on YouTube, but apparently you can on something. I don't know, Instagram. They have been getting children and saying, you can make some quick money if you come and model. Now, here's what I have to say to you. How many of us have taken responsibility and said, some of this is my fault? The reason why I say this is I'm not blaming nobody. This is not the blame game. Let's just look at the facts. The facts is this. We used to know that if a stranger come up to you, you don't supposed to start talking and tell them your name and where you live and your phone number. If they got Wi-Fi, you run it. If they got candy or a puppy, you need to kick them and run. We knew that. Can you tell me why children now don't know that? Children now will get on the internet, which when the internet was made, it was not supposed to be made for what it's used for now. The internet was supposed to be made for us to get knowledge. And now we done got stupid with the knowledge they're giving us. And the reason why we're doing that is because no one is actually knowing what they're doing. Because you can be talking to a person and say they're a 12-year-old girl and they can be a 50-year-old man. It is an old trick that they've been doing since the 70s. And you know what happened? Just like time changes everything, guess what they do? They evolve and they change. You know, our teacher told us evolving with time helps us. It doesn't, it doesn't. I'm not even going to say it correctly because this is just what it is. I'm talking to the everyday parent, and the everyday parent has to go to work because how are we going to pay our bills? And we have too many bills to pay to sustain our family, which means your child has to be smarter than what you think. And if you think sending them to school going to make them safe, have you been paying attention? The internet actually helps people hide their identity, create a whole brand new one. Am I blaming the internet? No, I'm blaming the people. We have to wake up. We have to wake up. And although you might teach your child, you need to repeat. You need to have drills. They were like, why do we have fire drills? I know everybody know to stop, drop, and roll. And when you roll and roll for that door, we did it so many times when we heard certain things, we all used to stop and look. Go ask one of your friends. I don't know about nobody else's culture because I am West Indian and Native American. But I know one thing. You hear a gunshot, everybody looking duck. When you turn around, you ain't running towards that gunshot. You nicely on your knees going the other way. We need to teach our children that. It is not our place to get ourselves into something that we have no business being in. And the one thing you need to teach your children is stop telling their business to people. You don't know them. Have you seen them? Have you videoed them? Even if you video them, now they have a new thing where they have the girls they have captured being on the video with the girl they want to go take. How do I know that? Again, I used to wear a silver badge that did not have any kind of state on it. It had United States of America on it. So do I know that for a fact? Yes, I do. And in 2023, it is actually less dangerous than 1983. You want to know why it's less dangerous but not? It's because in 1983, we didn't have so many communications where people can cover their tracks. It was or it wasn't. We also didn't have ways that we understand how to catch people. Funny part, in 2023, we have different ways we can catch people and still can't catch nobody. What does that say? It says that you have to protect your family. Yes, we're supposed to, no offense to anybody, because some people are going to get mad. Now listen here. Some police officers are not against you. Okay? What I am going to say is this. If you don't fight for what you need to be fighting for, they're not going to pay attention because they're too busy. It has nothing to do with you. And that argument in the middle of us talking about child danger is ridiculous. Because here's the fact of the matter. There are more African American, Native American children that go missing in 1 month. You don't even hear about it. That's just the truth. That is the hard truth that all of you parents need to understand. I seen one girl who sits in the Senate now. I'm not going to call her out. And she says she tells her kids to yell World Star. Because you want to know why? Every person is going to take out their phone and they're going to start recording. If they yell I'm being kidnapped, in 1983, if you yell, help, I'm getting kidnapped, somebody might get up and help you. You yell that now, everybody going to be looking like, ooh, run. We could be next. Not record. Has it worked? Yeah, it's worked. It's worked. But isn't it insane that we're an age of you record everything? But you can't record a child yelling help. I'm not telling you to get involved. I'm telling you that karma comes back. And there was a man who was on Instagram telling his story about how he saw as a kid somebody get kidnapped. He didn't help them, but he went home and told his parents. At least he did that. But then his daughter got kidnapped. And the little boy who had nothing to do with her friend group, because her friend group ran, took a picture of the license plate. That's how he got his daughter back. Was it too late? Some say yes, some say no. Because when his daughter came back, she was not the same. And do not think because you have boys, they are exempt. They are not in this day and age. They're not. If you teach your kids the red flags, if you run drills, if they understand that when they step out that door, that dangers are coming, I'm not telling you to make them paranoid. I'm telling you to make them aware. Now, we say that we're getting woke, and then somebody changed the definition of woke. I'm talking about wake the hell up and protect your kids. Because in this day and age, you can't trust nobody. Understand that. 87% of children are touched, and that's how I'm going to say it, are touched by people that they know. And the other percentage are people they don't know. But what we don't talk about is the 2% that somebody put your child's name in that basket. Is this world got so ruthless? Ruthless is not even the word for this world. It's not. The fact of the matter is the only how your child is going to be safe is if you pay attention. We don't have America's Most Wanted anymore. Or do we? I don't know. I don't really see it. I see we have the first 48. By the time you get that first 48, everything has changed. Your whole life has changed. The news people come out when somebody called them out. And someone went missing in Chesapeake, Virginia, where I am. And I know this for a fact. The news people told her that unless there was an award given out, they weren't going to put the missing girl up there. And no, she was not my color. That's what they told her, because money talks and they are full of bullshit and they're not going to care until their ass is on the line. And that's how I'm going to say it for all you parents. We need Smokey. Is he Smokey? No, Smokey was the bear hood in the forest. McGruff. We need McGruff back. That's who we need. Because unless you teach your children about the new dangers, they're never going to believe it's still around the corner. And what we don't understand is that the danger that we're thinking that mom and dad, you're paranoid. I don't care how paranoid you are. Your child needs to be armed. And I'm not just saying you need to tell them about the strangers, because we've had a couple of cases that came out there where kids have been killed by their friends. Are you talking to your children? This is children. I don't care if you are 0 to 17, 18. You're a child to me. Are you talking to your children? Are you letting your children go places and they're pulling a fast one on you? Because I'm telling you something. Just because you have that tracker that everybody gonna tell you crazy, that tracker gonna save your child's life before you even get to the police. Because all you gotta do is turn the tracker on. It is what it is nowadays. 1983 was dangerous. The most dangerous year for families. Funny, I was born in 82. Ain't that funny? My father was ATF. We learned how to shoot when we were 5. At this point in time, I think it's a very good idea. You got people wearing badges shooting people. You got people who's supposed to be doctors. You got people going to wrong doors by mistake and getting shot. You got people being upset because you having a party and you look like something else they don't like. So they're going to say they got rights to shoot somebody. Your children need to be armed with information. I'm not telling you put kids in grown folks' business. I'm telling you lay out the child version so your children can be safe. So what does the Baby Whisperer have to say? We're not prepared for 2024. We have no clue what's coming. The government shutting down. The banks are going broke. They ain't had no money to begin with. Rob a bank now. You're not going to get a lot of money. And don't tell everybody the Baby Whisperer told you to go rob a bank, because I'm going to tell you straight up. You get a lot of time for no money, unless it's digital, which is more insane. What I'm telling you is to pay attention. Please pay attention. And for most parents that told me that homeschooling is hard because you guys want to keep your children, we want to keep our children safe. And I'm not just talking about from other kids. And I am a teacher, and I can tell you straight up and down right now, what they used to put us through, they don't do it anymore. That's how you're getting a lot of these predators in your building. And you're not going to know, because if you think a school is going to say they got fault, have you lost your mind? Everybody going to court. Remember the lady that sued McDonald's for ordering coffee that was too hot? See how insane that is? It's insane. That's why you see caution all over coffee. A man walked into 7-Eleven, dropped the coffee pot on his feet, and sued them. That is insane. You're holding a hot object, and you get money from it. You see where I'm going with this? Somebody loses a dog, they put pictures up everywhere and everybody going to look for the dog. Somebody loses a child, is completely different. When is our humanity more important than anything else? Ask yourself that. Because as the time changes, so does our thinking. And our thinking is everything is quick. Everything we get, we want in reach. So now they make more microwavable food. It's in reach. Everything has to be reach. Fast food is in reach. You don't have to do no effort to get it. But how much are you losing with your family time? It's something in the back of all parents' head. Now they're telling us they want us to, chip our kids. I ain't going that far, because that's insane. They're not animals. They're children. They're people. They're people. You can keep up with your child quite well without chipping them. I'm not going, that's leading to a whole big conspiracy. Who wants to hear about that? Nobody. What I want to say is do better. Do I have a safety class? Yes, I have safety classes. Are they for the toddlers up until the seniors? Yes, they are. Are they for the parents? Yes, they are. But what I'm telling you is there are a lot of parents in my inbox have been saying, I have boys, I don't have anything to worry about. Have you watched TV lately? I think the boys are in more danger than the girls lately. Have you watched TV? Pay attention, people. And when you go over to another country, and I've been to 36 countries, when you go over to another country, it is not like being in this country. The most greatest training tool you ever will have is when you travel outside the United States. It is not the same. The game plan changes, and you do get woken up, because nothing that you learn here, you have a right. You have a right to do nothing but breathe. That's it. You go missing somewhere else, why do you think they got involved? FBI, CIA, everybody. Their rules are way different over there. It is your fault if your child goes missing. So who's the most dangerous time? Right here, right now. And we have the most resources that we don't even use anymore. I want you guys to comment. How many of your school have a safety class? I'm not talking about school shooting. I'm not talking about bullying. How many schools out there right now, make me wrong, how many schools right now have a training class for your children if something happens? I'm not talking about the normal bullying, school shooting, or like that. I'm talking about if a stranger walks in that building, how many schools right now in the United States, if you see me from somewhere else, tell me what y'all do. How many schools right now have McGruff? And when I say McGruff, I mean the system that was set up to say, if you see a stranger around the park while y'all outside playing, tell a teacher. If you see anybody walking around that you don't know who they are, tell a teacher. If somebody come up to you after school, stay in that school. How many schools have that? Because I know the number. And when you find out the number, you will be outraged. Protecting our children is not a part of the curriculum anymore. You might think it is, but it's not. So you guys want to know who was most protected? Even when there are high numbers and there are less things to get things done, 1983 was more safe than 2023. And we're supposed to be the future. So what's going to happen in 2024? I mean, Maui has a situation right now. Children just disappeared out of nowhere. Y'all want to know what I think? Arm yourselves. I don't mean go out and get a gun and a knife and a baseball bat. Baseball bat's really good. Anyway, but I don't mean that. I mean arm yourself with knowledge. Before you want to go get a weapon, arm yourself with knowledge. Know what's in your neighborhood. Because when I was growing up, my parents knew parents, and they know, and you were figuring out who told on us. It'd be somebody else's parent that saw y'all doing something, and they went and told your mama. You don't have that anymore. You have people who are going out, finding out things, knowing things, and then when something happens, they're blaming your parents. And they knew. Did they say something? No, but they gossip about it. Where have we turned into? The safety of our children is lacking, and there's no one to blame but ourselves. And for all of you who are wondering, am I going to put this in one of my series? Actually, this is going to go in my self-defense series. That's why I'm letting this be 20 minutes. Because I want you guys to understand and hear what I'm saying. Nobody's safe. Everyone has a price on them. We are priceless, yet we have a price that some person's going to want. Why is that? We're all asking ourselves, why is that? Because human nature has changed and money talks. What is most precious to us is money worth to someone else. And as soon as we wake up as parents, as soon as we wake up as godparents, teachers, and everyone else, as soon as we wake up and smell the coffee, you are going to be outraged. But take that outrage and use it for good. Because that's only how we're going to change something. It's the Baby Whisperer. And if you're watching this on my series, welcome to Self-Defense. And if you're watching this because this is one of the free things I put up to answer this question, y'all need to get self-defense. Because not only am I going to show you mentally, I'm going to show you physically how to protect your family. And yes, I know how to do that. Some people call me crazy. Some people just call me informed. My family just call me whispering if you hear us. If you whisper, I will come. All right, y'all. Have a good day.